What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today is what was the Hall of Fame announcement ceremony. And if you didn't happen to catch it live, or you have not seen it somehow by any LMB outlet or anybody, I know Coog's already uploaded a video about it, Mark and everybody, there's been 4 candidates elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame by the Baseball Writers Association, and they'll be joining the other 2 Hall of Famers who are inducted by the Veterans Committee. I believe it was the I forgot if it was the Veterans Committee or the Today's Game. I don't know if that's like the same thing. I don't know much about that stuff, but Lee Smith and Harold Baines was elected by them. They'll be joining them, and yeah, here we go. I'm gonna go it off by the lowest percentage up until the final highest percentage who got the votes, and then I'll go over the rest of the ballot with you guys as well. Alright, so starting off, the lowest percentage, the lowest to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame this year was Mike Mussina, who had got in with a 76.7% of the votes. So that means he just got in by, I believe, 7 votes. Very, very close. I thought Mussina was the really story was this ballot was Rivera gonna get unanimous, and was Moose gonna sneak in or just barely fall out? And Moose just barely fell in. I was hoping he would have just barely gotten in. I honestly figured that he was going to drop just enough, like 74.5% or something like that. Unfortunately, that did not happen. He got in with 76.7% of the vote. One of the great pitchers in the steroid era. His ERA probably doesn't reflect it. You wouldn't think that. He had an 83 points, 7 WAR. I believe it was 83.7. I don't have the stats up on my screen at the moment. I just know it was an 83 point something WAR. In the ALE, 60% of his starts were in Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, and Camden Yards. 3 very, very tough ballparks to pitch in, excuse me. And I know wins don't matter, really don't matter. But when you want to go by, I think about just a little bit more than I would in a regular season, current day, in the actual season, than I on the for a player's case, especially considering Mike Mussina. I believe, let me check his win-loss record. It might be Halladay, but I think I'm mistaken. I'm actually not mistaken. Mussina is the guy I was talking about. He had a record of 270 wins, 153 losses, over 100 games, over 500. And that means something when you're comparing greatness and all that. I know it really doesn't matter in a short term, in maybe one season. It really doesn't matter. But if you want to go off of an entire career, you can use that stat just a tiny bit. You should not at least be all end all win-loss stat. But that just showed also how tough. He was pitched in the steroid era in Yankee Stadium, Fenway Park, Camden Yards, 60% of the time of his career, and he ended his career with a 5.3 WAR, and then retired on a 20-win season. That's greatness. Very, very deserving for Mike Mussina getting into the Hall of Fame. And now let's move on to the next one. So there's actually a tie. The next 2. I'm just gonna go with the man Edgar Martinez. I don't know if you could see that. Edgar Martinez. I'm wearing the number retirement jersey from when I went to his number retirement. I believe a couple years. I think it was last year. It was in 2017. Or I forgot when, to be completely honest. But he is finally in the Hall of Fame. So very deserving after 10 long years of the voters being ignorant to DHs and just not looking at his stats for what it is. He's finally in the Hall of Fame. This greatness. He had a 68 WAR compared to Ortiz's 55.4 or something. That's a big difference. I'm not knocking on Ortiz by any means. Ortiz is a Hall of Famer too, but definitely should not be first ballot. with the treatment Edgar got. I'm sorry. Ortiz should definitely be in, but should not definitely be first ballot, even though he probably will, because the voters will be the voters, you know, they'll be stupid. Disrespecting Edgar for this long, and then boom, immediately Ortiz, you know. This is probably how it's gonna work. Anyways, I'll just stop the mini rant there. Just, you know, before you write at me, Red Sox fans, they're both Hall of Famers, okay? I'm not saying one's better than the other. I didn't say that. But Edgar is one of, I think it was 7 to 10. It was a very, very short list. Players in MLB history with 500 plus doubles, 300 plus batting average, 400 plus OBP, 500 plus slugging, and 200 plus walks. Lou Gehrig, Ted Williams among the names. Just a very, very impressive list. Babe Ruth, and he was on that list. He is one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time. I don't care what you say. You're not changing my opinion. One of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time. Statistically, he is up there. He became, he was only a full-time player at the age of 27, and then had to deal with injuries at third. He was a good defender at third, actually, truth be told. And then he had to deal with hamstring injuries, and then hamstring injuries, just a whole bunch of injuries that kept him off the field. And so the Mariners moved him to DH around age 30 to 32. I can't remember exactly when. It shows on the baseball reference page. But around then, they moved him to DH, and just to preserve his Hall of Fame level bat. And they won them games. You know, they made the playoffs a couple times. And he was one of the best hitters of the decade. Had 100 in, I think it was 150 plus OPS plus 8 times. 8 times. That is elite. Best of the best. Happy he's in the Hall of Fame. Finally, he is in. I don't care if you're an anti-DH person. You can shut your mouth. He is in. I'm sorry for the little rant. He's in. Let's go. We have Roy Halladay. I forgot to mention, I think, the percentage of the votes. Roy Halladay had the same percent as Edgar Martinez, 85.4% of the vote. You know, Roy Halladay, again, is very, very sad. He is just the second player ever to be inducted into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot and not be alive for the ceremony. And the other one was Christy Mathewson. I believe it was Christy Mathewson. They said the stat on MLB Network, and that was when Christy Mathewson's induction was the very first Hall of Fame induction ballot. You know, the 19. I can't remember. I can't believe I don't remember. 1930 something was that. So it's very, very sad, very, very awesome at the same time that he is in the Hall of Fame. I know there's plenty of people on Twitter that say, like, oh, he would not have gotten the support if he wasn't dead or if he was alive. Like, shut the hell up. I'm just gonna be real with you guys. Shut up. He was a Hall of Fame pitcher no matter what. The stats prove it. Now, was he better than Curt Schilling, in my opinion? No. But Curt Schilling's bad rep on the ballot, which should not be a thing, by the way, in my opinion, because it's what the player did on the field, not their personal opinion. But Curt Schilling's bad rep is because of his opinion in politics, which, again, like I said, is BS. Should be in the Hall of Fame too, in my opinion. But Curt Schilling was just better than him. Is that a knock on Halladay? Absolutely not. I think Halladay absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame on his first ballot. And he is inducted in Cooperstown, where his family will remember him forever, and everybody will remember him forever. Let's go. Again, very, very awesome to see Roy Halladay in the Hall of Fame. And then finally, on a less sad note, Mariano Rivera inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Of course, as we all knew, the question was he going to get unanimous or not? And then now, of course, my opinion on this, I figured he wasn't going to. It's just how history was. History has been. People, even with Griffey a couple years ago, just didn't vote for him. And, of course, those 3 cowards who did not vote for Ken Griffey Jr. made their ballots private. from the public. And those 3 people are cowards. Griffey absolutely deserved to be unanimous. Did Rivera not deserve to be unanimous? No. It's just really tough. A really tough subject. I believe Rivera deserved it. But I also am a little upset that, Griffey did not get it because of 3 cowardly voters. It's just a little touchy subject. Will this open the door for more Hall of Famers to be unanimous? Yes. Trout definitely should be unanimous. I can't think of a couple of off the top of my head, but very, very deserving. Mariano Rivera is in the Hall of Fame, unanimous, 100%. Now let's talk about some other guys on the ballot who did not make it, and just came up short. Curt Schilling, like I mentioned earlier, 60.9%. Roger Clemens, 59.5%. Barry Bonds, 59.1%. Larry Walker, a very, very huge year for Larry Walker. He had about like 30 or 20% last year. He's up to 54.6%. Got a couple years left on the ballot. I believe, I predict that Larry Walker will probably make the Hall of Fame next year, along with Derek Jeter too. We're talking about probably that in a later video down the line. But Larry Walker, very, 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 very awesome and huge to see the support for him go up. He had plus like 47 or 48 and counting votes, so this is very good to see. Omar Vizquel, 42.8% of the vote. Fred McGriff, stupidly only 39.8% of the vote. He is one, without a doubt, a Hall of Famer. The disrespect for Crime Dog baffles me every year. He will definitely be getting in by the veterans community, though, of course. Manny Ramirez, 22.8% PEDs. Jeff Kent, 18.1% of the vote, definitely deserves more respect. Billy Wagner, 60.7%, deserves way more respect than he gets on the ballot. I think he should be the Hall of Famer. He arguably had a better career than Trevor Hoffman. I believe he should be the Hall of Famer, but it's really looking like he's gonna go the Lee Smith path, get up to 50-60%, and then get in by the veterans community. And then down other lower ones, Todd Helton, first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot on the first time on the ballot. I mean, God, can't speak. 16.5%. Scott Rowland. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, 16.5%. Scott Rowland, 17.2%, deserves way more respect. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Gary Sheffield, 13.8%. Andy Pettit, 9.9%. Sammy Sosa, 8.5%. Andrew Jones, 7.5%, deserves way more respect. Then Michael Young, Lance Berkman, Miguel Tejada, and Placido Polanco all received votes, and they all fell off the ballot, unfortunately. Lance Berkman had similar numbers to Edgar Martinez and played the field. Definitely deserved to be looked at more, and they just dropped him off the ballot. So, that is it. That is my reaction and that my opinion on the Hall of Fame announcement. Let me know what you think about the Hall of Fame, the 4 to 6, well, 6 actually, if you want to leave your opinion about Lee Smith and Harold Baines inductees in the comment section down below. I have 4 more videos to record today. I'm hoping my voice doesn't go out because I've been coughing and my throat's hurting while recording this. Oh my god. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed. Now I'm getting hiccups. Oh my god. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Where I'm from, they never did it. I did it first. Rap game wasn't shit. I gave it birth. I told them niggas I will make it cause I wasn't stopping. Yeah, they was laughing. Now I'm laughing cause I know they watching. See, where I'm from, they never did it.